Franklin. And y'all, I'm so excited. Y'all know, I know every time you see the episode, I know you keep saying, this girl always says she excited. I am, because these interviews for Women's History Month, I don't care which one you've caught. I don't know where you are in the series, because they are just phenomenal. They have been knocking my socks off. I am on, like somebody said, oh my God, I'm on information overload. And that's the way you're going to feel. They are so good because knowledge has been dropping everywhere. We've been getting told, y'all, it's just been, that's all I can do is say, so y'all, I just wanted to also just share with you too, is that as women, we have got to learn to take care of ourselves. We have got, and I don't think I've said this on any of the episodes, but today that's where I'm feeling. It's like you got to learn how to take your Salah and just breathe and be okay with it. It doesn't matter if you missed the appointment. It doesn't matter if you didn't get to go out with somebody. But you know what? If you don't take that time to breathe for you, I don't care if it's 3 hours, 4 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever you have to do to get some peace in yourself, to get some rest, to be able to, because guess what? God can't download if you're tired, because when you're tired and you're frustrated and you got anxiety all over the place, and you might even, and this even opens that door up for depression. God can't download to you what he needs you to hear in order for you to go to that next step. If you got all this stuff, I promise you, let me tell you, when I felt like I was not hearing from God and I could not make it, and I was just trying to figure stuff out and what nothing happening, I said, okay, God, I know what I need to do. Sit your hind parts still, go get you some rest. And my favorite thing, go take you a nap. Because when you get up and you refreshed, it just does something else to you. But see, I know you didn't log in to hear me. I'm getting ready to jump in because y'all know I can go there for a while. But I just want I want you to get ready. I said all that. I gave you time enough that you could go get your pen and your paper. You'll open up that note section in your phone, on your tablet, whatever you are using. Get ready, because my girl is getting ready to come on. And today, and I mean, when I tell y'all, it has been so crazy for us trying to connect to get this interview done. So this is how I know. That's like the best sign. When you start getting all these trials and tribulations and things happening all over the place, and that just keeps slowing you down, stop you, move you for the song, that you know something is getting ready to happen, because now you know God is setting you up for something that's getting ready to be what? Big. I'm trying to tell you something big. Well, without further ado, I'm bringing my girl on up. Hey, Tammy, what's up?
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me on, by the way. I really appreciate it.
Most definitely. Okay, so let me go ahead and put it out there. Y'all, let me tell you, I was a hater. I ain't gonna lie. I was hating on her from a distance. She don't even know I was hating. She had scheduled her. Let me tell you what you did, girl. She was like, oh, I can't come. I missed this meeting because, we're at Carnival and we're going to be in Carnival all day. I was like, whatever. She out here living her best life and talk about, I can't do no interview. Y'all, I was second place to Carnival. Can you believe it? But yeah, I can, because I'd have been second place to Carnival too. But I'm so glad that we were able to connect and being able to talk about what you do and how you do what you do. And most of all, I really want to talk about what made you transition from the States to there. So, we got a lot to unpack in this conversation. But before we even get into all of that, why don't you share with the people who you are, what you do, but most of all, why you do what you do?
So my name is Tammy Washington Distancion. I'm a licensed financial professional. I'm the founder of an investment group called Travel Trade Invest. And what I really love doing is helping people to save money, to grow their money, to earn more income, and to protect their money. I believe that we were put on this earth to live life and to live life to the full. And I feel that a lot of people aren't really doing that. And kind of like what you just mentioned, I do live abroad. I live in the Caribbean, which was a really, really big goal of mine, to be able to live on an island and live by the beach. And the fact that I was able to do it while making more money than I did in corporate America, That's what I'm really passionate about. And that's why I love helping people to create extra income streams and grow their money.
I love it, man.
Well,
That's awesome. Because the other thing is that why is it so important for us to plan? Now let me take a step back and bring the question this way. So many of us grew up in households where saving money was not an issue because we grew up under the hustle and the bustle and the paycheck to paycheck. And
yeah.
I don't care if you lived in the affluent neighborhood or the not so affluent neighborhood, our lifestyles were still the same because our parents were doing the best that they could with what they had. But
Yep.
now I'm approaching 50 or I'm in my 50s. How can I now start to save effectively for retirement?
So, first and foremost, I just want to acknowledge what you said, because I don't think a lot of people understand that 67% of Americans actually live paycheck to paycheck, regardless of your income. Okay. And part of that is a couple of things. Number one, like you said, we haven't really been taught to save and to plan, but also secondly, in American culture, we're taught to keep up with the Joneses, right? That it's more important to look like we got it all together than to actually have it all together. And so what I am grateful for about getting older is the fact that we start to see what's really important in life. And so when it comes to retirement, the number one thing that I have learned, and this is about whether you're saving for retirement or saving for anything else, the number one thing that I have learned is that you have to pay yourself first, right? Meaning that when you get paid, the first thing that you should be doing is paying yourself and setting yourself up to win. So that's the first thing. Those first few dollars that come in, there needs to be some set aside for your retirement, for your savings. And then the other thing that is really important if you're going to be saving for your future is you got to know three things, okay? The first is you have to understand how much your money is making for you. Because if your money is just sitting there, you're literally not even making money. You're losing money because of inflation, right? Inflation is anywhere from 2 to 8%. And right now, I don't know how many of y'all been to the grocery store lately, but you can see prices are going up, but incomes aren't necessarily rising at the same pace, which means you're experiencing inflation. So you're actually losing money. So if you have your money just sitting in areas where it's not making any money for you, that's the first thing that you have to stop. The second thing is you got to think about this, okay? We were taught, hey, put your money in banks, right? Because there was a time when banks actually gave us a good return on our money. That has long gone. Okay. And so everybody who's watching this, if you can, please write this down. Look up the rule of 72. The rule of 72 tells you how long it's going to take for your money to double. The average bank account gives you less than 1%, which means it's going to take you over 72 years for that money to double. So if you got $1,000, you don't hit $2,000 for 72 years. That makes no sense. You can literally put your money in spaces where it's bringing you 10% return, 12% return, okay? And so that's going to take that number down from 72 down to 6 years, okay? So we want to put our money in things that are actually making money for us and giving us a return on our money. The second thing is you need to understand how your money is growing in the market. So a lot of people have 401ks, right? But most of us don't know what our money is even in, right? We don't know like exactly what we are investing in. We have other savings vehicles, but a lot of us aren't educating ourselves on how does the money make money. So there's three ways usually it works. Fixed, right? That means you're getting the same interest rate the entire time that your money is sitting there. Now, that can be great because you have a guarantee. However, there's that funny little thing called inflation, once again, where it's eating up your money if inflation is rising faster than your fixed guarantee rate. The second way that your money can move through the market is in a variable way. And these are 401ks, mutual funds, things like that. And so that means when the market is going up, you make money. When the market is going down, you're losing money, unfortunately. But your money does have the ability to move through the market. The third way, and this is what I really want us to educate ourselves on, the third way is called index strategies. Index strategy means when the market is going up, you make money. But when the market is going down, your profits lock in place, so you're not actually losing money. And that's how you start to get a little extra coming in. That's how you start really building and saving in a smart way for retirement.
Okay, so I was over here taking notes, so that's why it was hard for me to get back over here. So how and what do you need? Because you said something that I'm not really familiar with, and that's the index strategy. How
Mhm.
does that work? And y'all, I'm look, y'all know I'm transparent. I don't know what you talking. I'm like, girl, no. But when we think about the index strategy, what do we need to know? What is like one or two things that you could share with us quickly about what we need to know about the index strategy? How can we get one? How much money does it take? Because I know a lot of times I know what kind of what kind of scared me, no, what kind of made me not want to invest is when they were like, you need $2,000 to put in this account or 3 grand or 4 grand. And I'm like, child, it's hard for me to say $5. But anyway, but that's real. So what can you tell us about the index strategy?
Sure. So when it comes to your index strategies, number one, when we talk about indexes are, and I want to say this in the easiest and simplest ways possible because I don't want people to get overwhelmed, right? So when you start looking at indexes, there are indexes like the S&P 500. That's the top 500 companies in the US, right? And so when you have an index strategy, you're following a certain index. So as that index is making money, your percentage that you're earning follows that same index. That's one of the ones I love to use, the S&P 500 or the global index, okay? And so when you're putting your money into strategies that follow that could be ETFs, that could also be your life insurance policy. And that's one of the ways I help my clients the most, because with life insurance policies, your money is protected. Number one. Number two, think about it. If you passed away right now with just the 401k, your family could get the money that you saved up in your 401k, but that's it. If you are using your life insurance money to actually store up a cash value and putting it into an index strategy, not only would you get the retirement money, you would also get a death benefit as well. So it's really setting yourself up to win when you're doing it with your insurance policy, okay? The other thing is, if you ever in a situation where they garnish your wages, guess what? They're going to check your bank accounts, they'll check your mutual fund, they're not checking your life insurance policy. They can't garnish that if you've saved up money. The third thing is, a lot of people lose money when they're pulling money out of their retirement policies, like their mutual funds, their 401ks, right? Because those funds are deferred when it comes to taxes. But let me ask you guys this. Do you think taxes are going to be higher now, or are they going to be higher in 20 years when you're ready to retire? They're probably going to be higher when you're actually retiring in 20 years. So imagine you didn't work all this time and then you get 20 to 30%, sometimes 50% taken just in taxes. But when you do it through your life insurance policy, you have the ability to withdraw that money tax-free. So those are some ways that you can start. So one of the things that I, tell people is look into where your money is right now. Are you in a variable product, or do you have the ability to get into an IRA or to a life insurance policy that gives you cash value that's based on an index strategy? That's the number one way I'll say to do it. Talk to somebody, who you may know who might be a financial planner or somebody who's a financial advisor. For anybody who wants to reach out to me, I do complimentary sessions. I'll be happy to take a look at what you currently have and see if you put that same amount of money into an index strategy, what it could do for you.
I love it because I'm over here taking my notes. So basically to sum it all up, you're basically saying I can get a life insurance policy that can actually be a win-win situation for me. So, a lot of times we don't think about it from that perspective, because the minute you say life insurance, everybody like, I ain't finna die. I'm good. I ain't leaving all of my money. I'm like, girl, bye. But that is something that we really need to start looking at, because even though our parents are living longer, everybody's living longer. And I think that's what's really that holdback. Like my mom and them sitting in their 70s and 80s, and my grandmama lived to be 100 in this. And we have that false sense of age entitlement, but we're not really preparing. But I do like that idea of doing that all together. So
can I add one more thing?
Most definitely.
I want us to stop thinking about life insurance as death insurance. That's how we think about it, death insurance. But really, it's life insurance. So it should be giving you ways to enhance your actual life. Let me give you a quick example, okay? One of my really great friends, I did, we call it $1 million baby policy on her daughter, okay? Her daughter is, I think, 7 years old, okay? Now, in the policy that we set her up with, she's got a cash value life insurance policy where her mother basically is paying this policy and is storing up cash value for her. By the time she gets 18 years old, she's going to have $40,000 that is accumulated in that cash value. Okay. Now she can do one of two things: take that and use that for college. Or I told her, hey, listen, wait 4 years, because by 22, she's actually got $100,000 saved up in there. So look at this. The average person right now is paying about $80,000 to $100,000 to go to college. So imagine if by the time your child went to college, you already had that money saved up for her. No student loans, or she could take out student loans and at the end of her college career, pay it all off tax-free to withdraw that money out of the life insurance policy. Even if she took that $100K out, by the time she gets 30, she'll have another $25,000 saved up in if she has that same policy. What can she do with that? Now she's got a down payment for her first home, or she can pay cash for her first car, right? So this is really setting your life up, giving insurance to your life so that as you're going through the different stages of life, you are already prepared. And let me tell you the best part of all. With this policy that we set up for her, when her daughter hits 57, okay, 57 years old, she is going to get an annual payment of $50,000 in retirement. That means if her daughter doesn't save up anything else for retirement, she at least got $50,000 coming in. And on top of all of that, if something should ever happen to her, her family also has the death benefit, okay? And I know some of y'all thinking, but my child ain't responsible. She'll take that money. No, guess what? When you're paying for the policy, you're the owner. So that means, let's say she got hooked up with somebody crazy when she turned 19, and you like, oh my gosh, she about to have access to all this money. No. You're the owner, so you actually decide what happens to that money. That, guys, is life insurance. We're insuring our life for that. So for all the things that are going to happen anyway, we're making sure that we're ready and we're prepared and we have the money stored up to do it. Wealthy people have been doing this for years. We're just at the point now of learning about it.
Absolutely, man. It's just so much out there that we have not been privy to. And it's just, I just feel like we're always behind the 8 ball. But Tammy, you have definitely dropped
that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not because
you have definitely dropped some gems.
It is literally designed that way for us not to know this information.
Most definitely. And you have definitely dropped some gems for us today. I hope everybody was taking notes, but I got our last question so we got to wrap up.
That was fast.
When you hear, I know. We was like, yes. When you hear Church Girl CEO, what does that mean to you?
I love the idea of Church Girl CEO. And let me tell you why I love that name, because it makes me think of the Proverbs 31 woman. Okay. I grew up hearing the Proverbs 31 woman. And before I learned to read and understand the Bible for myself, I thought the Proverbs 31 woman was just a worker. Oh, she gets up early. She gets up before the sun's out. She got this, she got that, she got this, she got that, she got this. But when I became a woman, and when I became a businesswoman and I started understanding business, I read that scripture in a completely different way. I saw that she had servant girls. If you got servant girls, that means that you got money coming in, right? You've got a thriving business. She went out and bought silks, okay, for her business. She was a businesswoman. She wasn't sitting around sweeping and washing dishes all day. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think for me, when I really understood who this woman was, she was a helpmate to her husband. Why? Because she had things going on. So when I hear CEO Church Girl, that's what I think about. Somebody who loves God, right? She's trying to do things the right way, right? She's doing things out of integrity. She's doing things out of honor. But more than anything else, she's a boss. Okay. She is a boss. She is helping her household. She's got her finances in order. She's educated. And more than anything else, she's got amazing things. I am so sorry. My phone is ringing. Give me 1 second. See if I can stop it.
No worries. That is so. Totally understand. But that was so awesome because when you said it that way, because I used to look at the Proverbs 31 woman like that too. Like, girl, your checklist is too much. It's too much. Right. I was like, who can do all of this? But then as we get older, and then because it was always taught to us that way. And they never taught us to have the pride of that Proverbs 31. It was like, this is a checklist I can't live up to, not something that I should aspire to. And so that's what makes looking at it through a different lens so much better. And so, thank you for that. But most of all, tell the people how they can connect with you, how they can get some information from you, how they can work with you. Just tell them all of that, because you dropped some gems today.
Oh, thank you. Well, if there's anyone who would like to set up some time to speak, I do. Right now, I'm offering a free personal wealth creation plan. Okay. And I would love to offer that to your viewers. And the reason why I like doing this is because what we do in this personal wealth creation plan, we look at, guys, I'm telling you, you can create $1 million legacy for yourself, no matter where you're starting from. Okay. So we sit down and we look at, hey, where are you starting from and where do you want to go? And I give you a step-by-step plan for how you can get there. Okay. In our initial session, we'll sit down, look at where you want to go. And then I'll take about 48, 72 hours to put together a phenomenal plan for you. Financial advisors normally charge $1,000 to $1,500 for this, but I like to give it complimentary to especially our community. Why do I like doing that? Because I know that if I can help you to save money, I can help you to grow your money. You know what you're going to do? You're going to tell everybody else. And so that's how I really grow my business, simply by helping people and encouraging people to help other people. And so if they would like to do that, you can literally just jump on my calendar. And I don't know if we can put it up there or not for them, but it's www.calendly.com/talkwithtammy. Talk with Tammy. And in that 30-minute session, we'll get you set up and ready to go. And I'll give you a whole plan that you can go and use on your own.
That is so awesome. So y'all make sure that you're looking for that link. It'll probably be in the comments and they'll be in the comments. Make sure you reach out to her, follow her, get her information, DM her. Y'all see how I'm trying to tell you, these are how you can get in contact with people. I promise you, the DMs will save your whole life. But y'all, it's been fun. It's been real. Y'all know how we do. I love you to life, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great one. See you next time. Peace.
Thanks.